Go ahead and hit record. Everyone, welcome to our Trailblazing in the Travel Industry. My name is Latoria Mayberry McCombs. I'm out of Huntsville, Alabama, and I'm excited to be hosting this Zoom on tonight. If you just now getting on here, I was saying you're in for a treat on tonight. We're talking about not just surviving in 2025, but we're talking about thriving in 2025. We're going to show you some amazing information, share with you some amazing information on tonight that's going to change your life for the rest of your life. So I want to know, do I have anyone on the line that say, I want to change my life today? Anybody on the line say, I want to upgrade my bank account? So if y'all do, put it in the chat, upgrade my bank account, because we're going to show you how some individuals on a part-time basis was able to upgrade their bank account on a part-time basis, earning six figures, booking travel. Even though they got some demanding jobs, right? They were able to do this on a part-time basis. So we're not telling you to quit your job on tonight. We're showing you literally how you can diversify your income, how you can actually tap into multiple streams of income in the largest and sexiest industry in the world. So we're going to get started, as I'm thankful to be able to be hosting this on tonight. So we're gonna start out here with me in Huntsville, Alabama. This young lady, everyone, she works this business on a part-time basis, but she's helped over 200, 300 families position themselves on the money-making side of this $8 trillion industry. She's an ambassador with the company, but listen, she works a high demanding job with a contractor with the federal government. Y'all, she works on a full-time basis. She's a wife, she's a mom. She even owns a traditional business, which is that keeps her very, very busy, earning six figures on her job. But she said, you know what? I know it's more out there. Not only do I want my family to be able to experience it, but I want to show other people how as well. Miss Cassandra Davis, how are you on today?
I am great. How are you on tonight? Can you hear and see me?
I can hear and see you. I know I told most of your story, but we're
But,
gonna go back.
but that's okay. I do want the listeners to understand who opened this Zoom and who is introducing everybody tonight. As she said, her name is Latoria Mayberry McCombs. She's actually a top 20 income earner. She has an organization well over 9,000 individuals. She is a director maker. She is a six-figure income maker. And can I tell you, she is leading the trail. I just want the listeners to know who they heard from tonight.
Well, thank you so much. And we're going to come back. So you're going to share a little bit more of your story, but I'm going to go ahead and continue introducing the panel so they can hear from the other individuals as well. Y'all, I'm going to go out there in Atlanta,
Spin the
Georgia.
so sauce
This
out of the grate,
individual,
the cheers, because
oh no, to an individual out there in Atlanta, Georgia. This individual, I met him several years ago, and we met, man, really online. We met online. Well, this individual has come inside this opportunity as well. He's blazing the trail. Yo, he's earning six figures booking travel, started this business on a part-time basis, but now he's full-time. He's helped over 100 individuals position himself on the money-making side of this $8 trillion industry. He's a husband, he's a father. Mr. Jamal Stevens, how are you on today?
I am fine, Miss Mayberry McCombs. Under the weather, but we're gonna make it work. How you doing today?
Well, I am amazing. Yeah, because you just got back from what, Cancun?
Yes, I was in Cancun, hanging in the
Yeah.
suite, booking some travel.
She just got back from Cancun. Do y'all believe he under weather? Or do y'all think he just missing Cancun, ready to go back to Cancun? That's what it is. But thank you so much for giving us this time on tonight. All right, we're gonna go out there in Maryland. This individual is what we consider a three-star director, but listen, he has a team of well over 500 individuals. This individual is blazing the trail and both sides of this business. He's part of the 40/40 Club. He's a master ambassador with our company as well. Also, one of the top commission earners. He's working this business on a part-time basis. Mr. Daryl Jenkins, how are you on tonight?
I'm absolutely amazing, Miss McCombs, and thank you so very much for the invitation. Glad to be here.
Awesome. Well, y'all, when I tell you these individuals are blazing the trail, that's why we call them trailblazers. Mr. Stevens is actually an ambassador too. I left that out. One of the top income earners within teletravel, also one of the top 20 income earners, in the travel. But he gonna tell you a little bit more about that. So we're gonna kick in because we want to make sure we have some time to get into this conversation. So y'all know I'm always the person that says, okay, we got a business opportunity with two debt-free companies, Planet Marketing and Teletravel. These two companies put us in position where we can own our own independent travel agency, book travel, earn 70 to 80% of the commission, but also be able to help other people get their business started. Imagine having a business opportunity where you can get 8 checks in 1 month. 8 checks in 1 month, multiple streams of income. 9 years ago, multiple streams of income when I got started was a luxury, Miss Davis, but today it's a necessity. So I've been screaming to the top of my lungs, y'all don't miss an opportunity where you can position yourself, where you can actually, your plan B can become your main and your plan A is your side hustle. Miss Davis, what inspired you to get started inside the travel industry and how has it changed your life?
Well, to be honest, and I definitely want to be honest, travel. Travel is really what got me in the business simply because I was traveling. And a family friend said, hey, you can get paid off of what you're doing. I simply said, sign me up. It was that simple. But the travel industry has changed my life in more ways than one, I could say. I'm 9 years in this business on a part-time basis. And when I started this business, both of my kids were still in school. Both of my kids. One was in high school and the other one was in elementary school. So this business has allowed me to do a lot of things, not just travel and make extra income, but it's positioned me to send two kids through college of their choice, debt free, meaning they didn't have to worry about a loan or financial aid. This business is allowing me to pay their way through school. And the key thing is the college of their choice. No one had to choose where they could go based off of a scholarship. They chose where they wanted to go.
And Miss Davis, before we go any further, I definitely want you to share this story because you text me the day before yesterday, and you text me this message that really brought tears to my eyes. And I don't want to share it for you, but I want you to share that story because that was big for me to hear you, well, just to read your words, and I could hear the excitement in your words.
Right. So everybody know what's going on in the world. We just never know what's going to happen. Nowadays, you don't know what you're going to wake up to. So for me, this business has done great things, but it really kicked in this week for me because when waking up to see that they are freezing things like grants, loans, financial aid, etc., and my son reaching out to me, texting me, saying, what are we going to do? Why? Because he's in a room, he rooms with three other individuals. He goes to the University of Alabama in Tuscaloosa. He's in the $1 Million Marching Band. So my son understands the cost. And so everybody in his dorm is talking about what is going on. They're scared. What's happening if we can't get our financial aid? I simply text him and said, you're fine. We didn't even fill out FAFSA.
Mm.
It felt so good for me to be able to text my son with his roommates worried. I mean, I text a few people. I was really ready to holler. I just said, I thank God. It was nobody but God who positioned me for this business 9 years ago because he knew that I needed to get in position, regardless of what type of income I make. He knew I needed to get in position because no one is going to tell me where my kids can go to school. No one's going to tell me my son no longer can go to school because they're cutting off financial aid. They're cutting off loans. To hear that they cutting loans from parents, just to hear all of that, just in a matter of time and knowing my son was at peace, I let him know, go ahead and do you're fine. Don't worry, don't stress. It's taken care of already. So that really touched me. And I really thank Planet Marketing for positioning all of us, just for introducing this business. And it really touched me. I'm this business can change your life. And it really has just opened my eyes to what it's done for my family and what it's doing and still going to do.
And that's what it did for me. Even though, just hearing the testimony, hearing the story, because a lot of times we wait until our roof start leaking before we start to fix it. But a lot of times we see the situations that we're in and we don't do anything about it. Mr. Darren Jenkins, I'm gonna jump over there with you. What inspired you to get started in the travel industry and what has it done for your life?
It's a great question. Actually, I was booking travel for free for a local high school marching band that traveled around the country to compete in competitions. Actually, we came to Alabama. But I was doing all the logistical stuff for the band for free. And somebody introduced me to the opportunity and said, you do know you could get paid for what you were doing anyway. And at that point, it was a no-brainer for me. Fast forward, I remember not wanting to build a team, not having any interest in it. And then 3 years ago, I was able to, because of this opportunity, position myself to purchase my first home, not my forever home.
Hey, you see my mouth. You didn't hear it come out. I love that. My first home, but not my forever home. Y'all, that's what it is. You see something, you dream it, you go get it, and then you get another dream. It becomes bigger than just that dream that you just achieved. Mr. Stevens, okay. Same
Um, well,
question.
well, I got started in the travel business. I came from the networking side of the business where I was building teams, unlike Mr. Jenkins, and somebody asked me to book some travel for them, and I was just so like, ugh. But when I got that $1,000 check, and then the sister of that client shouted me out online. I didn't know what I was doing. Those checks just started rolling in when I started booking travel. Um, as far as getting into business, I only got into business because I thought I was helping somebody else. But this business actually changed my life because nobody would enroll with me. Nobody would come to the meeting with me. So I started reading the books, getting on the IMV very heavy. And for 3 years, I didn't know who won the Super Bowl because I turned the TV off because it was television. It was telling me my vision. I knew how fast people were running, how high they were jumping, and I didn't have $1,000 in the bank. So it was a wake-up call for me with the personal development. And I just take everything I've learned from the networking side and apply it to travel.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Everybody put some flames in the chat. Put some flames in the chat. I mean, look, how many of y'all been watching television and allowing it to tell you your vision? Right? Some people can watch television, get something, dream it, and go out and achieve it. Right? I always say too, I don't like watching people making, that much money and I'm not doing it. Y'all, imagine being able to put yourself in a position where you make more money than you ever made before in your life. So, Miss Cassandra, how long did it take you to start seeing significant income? Now, let's just talk about travel from the booking travels part of the business because we're going to go into the marketing. But most people will look at this business opportunity and they ask the question, are they really making money booking travel? I mean, is the market saturated? I hear that a lot. So how long did it take you to see a significant difference? And then we're going to talk about the saturation.
I will say this. As soon as I stopped playing with this business and was treating it like a hobby, I first got started. It was a hobby. I booked trips just for family and a few friends. I was a secret agent, is what we call it. I really didn't. I ain't gonna say I didn't care. I didn't understand the money that could be made. And I had a couple of aha moments. The aha moment that actually got me to working this business after I realized that, $300 can turn into 500, 500 to 1,000, 1,000 to 5,000, keep going. So once I realized I can make money, I would say 2 years after I was in the business. That's right, everybody, 2 years. Put in the chat, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't wait 2 years. But I'm just telling the truth, my story. But 2 years in, a complete stranger reached out from Germany, wanted me to book a destination wedding. I said yes, and I didn't have a clue what I was doing. And that's the honest truth. I reached out to a preferred supplier, told them my needs. They did all the work. I went to work every day. The lady in Germany, she did whatever she did. I can't tell you what she done because all we did was email back and forth. We didn't really talk on the phone. So after that 2 year wake up call and her being a bridezilla, my wake up call was $38,000 off of
Hmm.
one booking. I made $38,000. I woke up. Me and my husband said we need to take another look at this travel thing because now it's a business. It's no longer a thing. At this travel thing because you might can make some money if we took it serious. That was 2 years in the business. I'm 9 years, 7 years straight, six figures, part-time basis. You're on mute. I'm sorry, Miss McCombs.
She said, don't do that. Because some of y'all been looking at the business 2 years and hadn't even got started. Some people been looking at the business 5 months and hadn't got started. Some people been looking at the business 30 days, hadn't got started. Y'all don't just keep watching. You got to move your feet in order to really truly achieve what you desire. Mr. Jenkins, how long did it take you to make a significant, see a significant income? And let's talk about it. Is the market saturated? Because people want to know.
That's a really good question as well. So when I started this business, I had no real expectations, right? You get introduced to the opportunity through somebody who was doing it, and I'm like, what's the worst that can happen, right? I can invest $200 and lose it. I probably give that $200 away, or maybe waste it on something frivolous that I can't even quantify. The green in me, however, said, we're going to figure out once we get in here what to do with it. So I said, if I could at least get my return on my investment back my first year, I'm in a good spot because I didn't lose anything. And then I started to develop a formula that year over year, I needed to see an increase on what I was earning. And I challenged myself every single year to that. So, and even as I coach other agents, I said, it's 12 months in a year. Every year I need to check. I mean, every month I need to check. And so every month I did it. Then I quantified how much the check needed to be every month. So then I started putting things into place that created a space for me to be able to earn income and some significant income on a monthly basis.
So let's talk about, is it saturated? So those people that's what looking and saying, well, you know, it's a lot of y'all. Is it saturated?
Listen, everybody knows some people that swim in the same circle, but there's people who know people that aren't in that circle. In fact, 80% of my business is referral based. So, they may know people, but who do they trust? I spent a large portion of my time really learning the industry of travel, becoming certified in different brands and destinations, and earning industry related certifications that helped me to prove that I was going to be the individual to provide white glove service, separating myself from the masses. So even if it was saturated, I mean, we have 125,000 active agents, but who is going to be able to provide them with a level of service that's going to be unmatched? And that's what I thrived on. Not just being able to go to a booking platform and to put a package together, but to really provide top-notch service from start to finish.
I love it. Mr. Stevens, how long did it take you to see a significant income? And,
Um,
you can talk about saturation too.
well, I don't think it's saturated, be honest with you. There's not enough of us, to be honest. Many people like the convenience of someone else doing all the heavy lifting for them. It's no different than, you paying to get your car washed or get your grass cut. So, we like to go ahead and debunk that myth. And like Mr. Jenkins said, I don't know no one I do business with. I've never met them. So I always share, like, don't make your business a family business. Make your business a global business. And one thing about social media, it allows you to reach people that you don't know. So I don't feel it's saturated at all, because many people that I do business with already talk to a travel agent. But when they talk to me, I'm like the travel whisperer. I get you out the group chat. So, that just comes with the service, that Mr. Jenkins was talking about, because so many people get so emotional about the business. But me personally, I feel everybody wants my product. And to prove that, go on a cruise ship, go on the airport and look around. You don't know nobody in those areas. And when it comes to significant income, I remember one day I was driving to work and I got the email. We get the email on the 15th, and it was for $8,900. I just started crying. I said, "Oh my gosh." But I never kept up with the money I was making. I just made sure I got paid from everything I booked. So 8,000 one month, 9,000 another month, 12,000 another month. And this was right after COVID. Because when COVID happened, everything shut down. We were calling the cancel bookings, waiting on hold for 3 hours. But that August, a group of people called me to book to Vegas, and everybody knows Vegas has a low um, commission base. But it was like 12 of them that went in August because it was ready to go. But after that, I had 100 people go out every month from August to December, and I didn't keep up with it. I just know people kept calling me to book. And like Mr. Jenkins said, I need a check every month. And the way you get a check every month is advertising, collaboration, and just being nice to people and consistent as well.
And I'm gonna tell you, my first just aha moment was 24 hours after I came into business, and I made $452 in an hour. In an hour, that was an aha moment for me. I'm like, wait a minute, I sat at my desk at work, and I don't make $452, but I made that off of what somebody they were going to do it anyway. And then when people say the market is saturated, I always tell them, listen, my sister in the business, my cousin in the business, I have friends in the business, but my sister is 8 years older than me. Guess what? She hung with cousins I didn't hang with. She talked to cousins I did talk to. So those cousins, was who she talked to book their travel. She hung with some of my aunts and my uncles. I was too young for that. So they're going to listen to her before they listen to me. So when people say it's saturated, it's just an excuse not to do something that you could be doing to actually change your life. This opportunity is what we call a moment of a lifetime, which must be seized on a lifetime of the opportunity. Miss Cassandra, what is the biggest misconception people have about making money in the travel industry?
That's a good question. And when I think of that question, I come up with many answers, but I would actually say the number one thing is people think travel agents, travel advisors charge a fee. They think that it's a fee to use my services, and there is not a fee. It's many things, but that's what I get the most out of. What is your fee? What is your fee? And a lot of people may charge that fee, but I'm 9 years in, and can I tell y'all have yet to charge one service fee unless you're part of a group. If you're a group, yes, I do have a lot of groups, contracted groups that I deal with. So therefore, I would say people just don't understand what a travel advisor truly do. I can tell you that a lot of people think it's quick money. I can tell you it takes work to get paid in travel. This is not where you can just say, I mean, for me, I can say that because I'm 9 years in. I can tell somebody that I can book a trip in 5 minutes, but I got my system in place. But to be honest, for somebody brand new, you have to come in with an open mind, be consistent and willing to put in the work, just like when you go to your 9 to 5. So I would say those are the two biggest things that stand out for me.
Success does require time. Mr. Jenkins, misconception.
I also have two of them. One of them is that travel agents find you the cheapest deal and not realizing that, price is only an issue in the absence of value. I tell people, would you rather spend as less money as possible and complain your 5 days and 4 nights in destination, or would you really want to quantify the value for the price that you're spending? And that's how I look at it when I had those consultations with my clients, so that we have an understanding coming into this collaboration, because that's what it really is. It's not just me booking a trip for them or them telling me what they want. We're working in this whole uh, interaction together. The other one will be that persons who are a part of a host agency are not real travel advisors. And so I often have that conversation with individuals, and I'm like, well, what makes me not the same travel agent as somebody who owns a traditional brick and mortar when I too hold an IATAN card, I have a CLIA card, I am a member of ASTA, I'm a member of APTA, I have all of these industry associations. So what makes me any different than the next person? So I think that those would be the two misconceptions that I get a lot.
I love that. And Mr. Jenkins, I hear that too. Can we get cheap prices, or can my family I'm like, you're a business owner. You're a business owner. You working as a business owner to earn a profit. Why would you want to, short your commission for something cheap? Oh, you're a business owner, Mr. Stevens. Misconceptions.
I think one of the biggest misconceptions, people think travel agents have to travel. Me, myself, I'm going to the airport. That give me anxiety. Just thinking about packing. I'm not trying to go
We always
anywhere.
go.
I prefer to sit behind the computer and press the buttons. And some people feel you have to know everything. I think that's a very big misconception. I always tell people, wait till I figure out what I'm doing. We like to learn everything first, and time goes by versus IntelliTravel sends a check to me every month, sometime twice a month. And I'm kind of new to this right here. And what I mean new to this, I don't know about every hotel in each destination. And I think it's a repetitive business. And once you start doing it over and over, you go look for Jamaica, you go look for Punta Cana, you kind of develop a pattern of the hotels or brands you like to sell. So you don't have to do a lot of looking. So when someone tells me I've been back there for 3 hours, I'm like, what were you doing back there for 3 hours? Were you looking for yourself or were you looking for a client? And another misconception, I want to find the best price. And I have to tell agents that I train, well, I call it connect the dots. We're not a Family Dollar travel agency. The price is the price. I don't make the price. I go press the buttons, get you the price, and you can move forward. But I have to talk to a lot of people who may not be ready. So that's one thing I like to also share. Just be ready to be lied to. You know, don't get emotional about it. That's the way I look at it. That's
Yeah,
maybe.
'cause everybody's not going to book with you. That's good. And that's another thing. They think, oh, okay, I'm gonna start business. No. And then I ask them, why you get emotional? How many times have you went on Amazon and put something in the cart and you didn't buy it?
Uh-oh.
Amazon was emotional about you not buying that in the cart and it's still sitting there. No, it's business. It's business. And the business can be lucrative to people who develop the emotional intelligence, but also a business sense to understand with business comes marketing. And with business, you have to learn business, right? Okay, let's go on. Y'all got some great answers. Okay, many people are busy with jobs, businesses, or family. How do you fit this business into your schedule, Ms. Davis? I just named everything you got going on. Traditional business, work for 9 to 5, do this business, build a team.
How do you not? I mean, that's what I have to tell myself every day. How do I not work my business? There is not one day that don't go by that I don't work my business. Consistent. If you really want to make money in this business, I can tell you now you're going to have to work the business. I set time aside. Yes, I go to work. I do all of that. I'm married. Everybody knows if you got a husband, they kind of needy at times as well. But at the same time, I still find time to work my business. I have a schedule. I have a routine. I remember probably a few years back, I had to tell Miss Mayberry, well, Miss McCombs, it was Miss Berryberry at the time. Somebody called her like at 10 o'clock at night. And I said, that's a client? She's like, yeah. I said, no, we don't do that. I said, you got a business. You ain't got no hobby. Can they call any other travel company at 10 o'clock at night? No. So if you set yourself up as a business from the very beginning, for family and all, set those boundaries. My family know this is a business. It's not a hobby for me. This is not a hobby. This is a true business for me where I take it very serious. I have a goal. Every week I know what I need to book. I need to make X amount of dollars every week in order to hit my monthly goal. When I say this is a business, treat this business as if it's got to cover all my household bills. In other words, that University of Alabama depends on this business. So what does that mean? I'm going to do whatever it takes to work my business. So I have set hours. I work my travel business. I promote my travel business. Secret agents do not get paid. So if you're scared to tell your cousin or your next door neighbor what it is you do, expect not to get paid. You really got to open your mouth. And a lot of us will brag about our a job, who you work for, what you do. But guess what? They already established. They established. What about you? What about your business? If a lot of us put the energy that we put into our a job working for corporate America, I promise you your business can be in a great place. So I find the time. I have no excuses. No excuses. It doesn't matter where I am. I will work my business in pockets. I'm good at working my business in pockets. I have a busy son in the band. He expects me to be a lot of places at a lot of different times, but I can't let my business fall because I have people, just like Mr. Stevenson, I have people traveling out monthly. So therefore, I truly set my schedule up and my expectations is very high when it comes to this business. So the best thing I can tell everybody, if you want to make money, set your business up. If you want a hobby, continue to do what you're doing.
And I tell you, that changed my business. That changed my business when she told me that night. And then I became an ambassador and then a master ambassador. Then I, got a team of not over 9,000 individuals because I had to understand it was a business. Mr. Jenkins, how do you do it? I've heard, some of the things that you do. So how do you manage to do that? And you got what, over 500, almost 1,500 agents. How you do it?
For me, I had to find balance. And I see individuals in the chat asking how much time do you dedicate? How do you allocate your time to your business? It's one of those things that's really not cookie cutter, right? We have the same 24 hours, but it looks very different for every one of us. And you have to figure out exactly what does that look like and where in your day can you fit these pockets of time. And then there are spaces where there are time variables, right? If you have a family, you have kids, and it's the summertime, the kids are maybe gone with the cousins, you may have more time to do other things. So you have to figure out what that schedule looks like for you and then work it to the best of your ability until you find your success. It was one of the things that I had to figure out, much like Miss Davis mentioned. You have to treat your business like a business. So you have to have those things that you do every single day, right? How much time do you spend calling a supplier? Speaking to another ambassador, she has one day that she calls a supplier to just do all of her cancellations, right? She doesn't want to sit on the phone with each supplier every single day canceling her client booking. She picked one day and that's her cancellation day. She's going to call all of them, right? Follow up with your clients or sending out travel documents. All of these things, you know how much time that would take. So you have to figure out what that looks like across your work week.
I love that. That's great because when I worked my 9 to 5, I had to find my admin days, like you said. What days could I do my admin? Because I worked 10 to 12 hours a day. So it was really finding those pockets of times, as you said. I love what your and Miss Davis answer. Mr. Stevens,
Well,
what would
my
you
answer
say to
gonna be a
that
little,
busy person?
well, my answer gonna be a little different, because I feel like everybody has a cell phone. We play on our cell phone. We either watching a TV or we on a computer. That's a device. So instead of being watching TV, watching Power, playing on my phone with social media, when you see me, I have this computer and you gave me this nice bag that I can take my computer in and I just pull it out, because I feel like when people are ready to pay, I'm ready to go because it doesn't take a whole lot of time for me. All you're doing is pressing some buttons. So when people tell me, well, how long does it take? I'm like, it doesn't take that long. The only time it takes me long if it's a destination that I'm not familiar with and I have to do a little bit of homework. But once I have that information, the next person that reaches out, guess what? I have that information. So it doesn't require a lot of time, in my opinion, because, when I watch myself do this and I watch my mom do this, we get on the phone call Carnival, 15 minutes, it's done. It's like, wow, they do that for you. And once I figured out they'll do it for you when you call, yeah, I just utilize the resources. But I also share this with other people. Don't let these devices put you to sleep because you will be on that device 2 or 3 hours, but you've done nothing about your business.
Mm.
What I mean, you're paying Cookie Crush, you're on Tickety Tockety, and you're not doing nothing with your business.
I love it. So guests on the line, if you've been, listening, you've been watching, you may have just came in. What we're talking about is the opportunity for you to own your own independent travel agency. What you just heard these ambassadors and directors explain is how when they book travel, it could take them, 15 minutes. It could take them an hour for your first time. It might even take you 2 hours to make that commission. But imagine every time you book a piece of travel, whether it's planes, trains, automobiles, events, you earn 70 to 80% of the commission of all travel that is booked. What I love about our product is that we book everything and from, travel to entertainment, we have access to. So let's go to our next question. Being able to, let's go this. What are the most, because most people say, I got to sell something. I'm not good at marketing my business. What are some most effective ways to attract and retain clients? Let's talk about that for the people on, because I get that question from a lot of people that's looking at the opportunity. How do I get my clients? And most don't even realize they right there. They're right there looking at you. So let's talk about it, Ms.
Can I
Davis.
go first?
Oh, go ahead. You want
Well,
first?
I want you guys to look at TV and you're going to see that Royal Caribbean commercial. You're going to see those Secrets commercials. So the advertising is already done for you. And what I mean by that, you can go online. They even have demographics you need to talk to. You can learn how to market it. Teletravel has marketing material. Each supplier has marketing material. And the great thing about our business, we only market on social media. Can you imagine when we start being more proactive and learning other ways to market? The best way to learn how to market, Google. Google gonna give you all kind of ways to market. I just feel like it's too many resources not to be able to know how to do something because we're not in the encyclopedia age, we're in the information age. And these suppliers give you all kind of things to market. I just make sure people understand the people that you think gonna do business with you won't. These will be your ambassadors. What I mean by that, these are the people you buying real estate in their mind about what you do. These are the people that bring you other people. like Mr. Jack Jenkins said, he has a referral-based business. I have the same thing. I have so many people say, well, I don't want to do that. Well, great. You don't have to, but we're going to make some money together because you know some people that I don't know. And I'm going to give you a little incentive for bringing those people to me. And those that have trained, connected dots with me, always share how I get inside people's networks. But guess what we learn how to get in people's networks? Planet marketing, right? So everybody has a list for me that's a client. And, I just want people to understand, stop looking at your family and friends as your target market. There's more people that want your business than just your family and friends. Because if me and you started a hair company, we're going to need more than just our family and friends to buy that hair, right?
Mm-hmm.
But, you got to just stretch people a little bit. And some people, when they get stretched, it kind of get them frustrated. But, don't get frustrated. It's a fun-based business.
Ms. Davis, what would you say to the guest on the line about
I would
clients?
say 90% of my bookings come from complete strangers off of social media that now are my clients. I would say promoting your business, and it's referrals, but it's talking. You have to let people know what you do, or no one can refer anybody to you. So all of my bookings are coming from referrals. I don't know them. I can't even say I met all of them. I met a few. I've even had clients give me gifts just for a small token of appreciation. But I would tell everybody that if you start telling people what it is you do, people are going to come your way. I had an opportunity just here recently, well, about to in March, where I tried for years. My son went to Sparkman High School for 4 years in the marching band. It was over 100 of them. I could never get them to they would never let me book their travel. Guess what? That no did not hurt me, okay? It didn't hurt me. I still kept booking for everybody else. This year, he's first year at University of Alabama, and everybody knows that marching band has 401 kids. I only know this because my son go there, everybody. Just because I talked to a parent. See, I'm promoting myself right now by talking. I'm not secret. Somebody asked me what I do. I didn't tell them about my A job. Why? Once again, they already established. What do I do? I'm a travel advisor. I also help people go out there and build their business. So she was like, what do you mean? So I'm sharing with her what it is I do. So of course she understood the travel advisory piece. So when she got in front of the room, in front of important people, whose name came up? Mine. My name came up because I shared with her what it is that I do. By me sharing with her what it is I do, I get an email from the University of Alabama and ask me what I book all their athletics. I don't think people understand how big of a deal that is. I did. And I also understood that it was going to take more than me. Yes, we have a travel agency, a host agency, but I'm a travel advisor, just me. So what do? I have a team. Did everybody hear that? I do have a team of individuals who partner with me. I'm sharing the love with my team. So understand, by me talking at the mouth has now positioned me. Yes, I still have to get it. It's a proposal. I build my resume. Everybody don't understand this. As a travel advisor, if you don't have a resume, get a resume. So when they asked for my resume, I was able to submit that to the University of Alabama. Here's my resume. So of course they see it. I do a lot of AAU. I do Oakwood 8th grade. They travel every year. So I have a resume. Because of my resume, that positioned me to have a meeting with them in March to become their only travel advisor for the University of Alabama with all their sports. Open your mouth and start telling people what it is that you do.
I love it. Mr. Jenkins.
Yeah, I would probably agree with both Mr. Stevens and Ms. Davis. I think that when you think about going into business, think about traditional businesses, right? If I opened a restaurant, what would I do to get people into the door? And just because they come in doesn't mean that they're going to make a purchase. You have to think about your business from a business perspective. You got to think about, how do you drive traffic? What does that look like? What does the marketing look like? And most people think that it's just pictures, right? And although social media is the freest form of marketing, you will have to at some point decide how to pivot. You're gonna have to go to the drawing board. Recently, I had not one but two different email marketing platforms. I had to figure out which one I liked better, which one gave me the analytics that I needed to be able to evaluate and reassess what I was doing, what I was sending, the frequency. Those are things that business owners have to tap into so that they can kind of see how to scale their business. Most of us don't think about those things, and it may not happen to you immediately, but you will have to start looking and assessing your business. And again, going to the drawing board. Think about the Bill Gates of the world. He didn't just start a business and just let it do what it do or wait for a customer to come to him. He started creating that space, and so we have to look at it from that perspective.
And I love it. Everything else that is true. But imagine this, you're partnering with a travel agency that already has the marketing for you. You know, you're going to have $100,000 marketing system that comes with your business. So right in the door, you're going to have access with newsletters, postcards, with just drag and drop, drag and drop. I already got your name on it. All you got to do is send it out. Professional flyers from the supplier. They're going to give you everything that you need. So when people ask me, I get clients, is the marketing hard? No, they already put it together. You just got to use it. But these ladies and gentlemen just explained, you got to open up your mouth. You got to use everything that we have, because there's no resources, no tools that you need that we don't have inside of this opportunity. We just came up with IntelliSparks. We got all kind of things that's going to help you be successful and look professional. That's what I like. You're going to be professional. You're partnering with a host agency that's 33 plus years in. 33 plus years in. We booked already, what, $4.5 billion in travel? Now, that's the travel business, 70 to 80% commission. You get a chance, book travel, earn commission. But y'all, listen, each one of y'all ambassadors, master ambassadors, making 6 and 5 figures, booking travel. What made you start building a team? What made you decide, hey, wait a minute, this is great, but I got, Mr. Jenkins, I'm going to start with you. What made you start saying, because I'm just going to say for me, I thought about it. I can book a lot of travel, but me, myself, can only do so much. But if I help other people do the exact same thing, now all of us are doing it. That was my aha moment, having outlets around the world. I go back to the McDonald brothers story. But what was it for you?
So my team built itself on accident. Again, as I mentioned, I never wanted to build a team, but when I started sharing where my clients were going on social media, people would inbox me and say, how do I do what it is you do? I always wanted to and ask people and they wouldn't share. And I thought that was selfish. So it was in that moment, I was like, well, we have an opportunity that people are actually looking for. And for me to not speak on it was definitely selfish, especially when we can help other people to change their lives financially. Fast forward, as I started to see the residual income growing month over month and headed to that 6-figure residual income, that's definitely far more attractive. And so, as I told Mr. Bradley, the founder of Planet Marketing himself, that you created a space for us to earn 7 to 8 sources of income, and I want all of them.
Don't leave no money on the table. I hope y'all got that. Just rewind it. Say it one more time, Miss Jenkins.
I want it all.
He said, I want just one income. I want all 8 streams of those incomes. Y'all put it in, say somebody already put in chat, I want it all. Put it in chat, I want it all. Because if you can make money next week or right now or next year, which one do you want? I want both. Give me all of it. Give me all 8 streams. 8 ways I can get paid. Miss Davis.
Well, I'll tell everybody, I didn't want it all at first. I'm just being honest. It took some time. See, I'm not one of those to just say, yes, I jumped in. What got me to wanting it all now is many reasons, but the biggest reasons, I was in Las Vegas and the founder himself announced the legacy. I immediately text my husband and said, we're going to 1-star director. I knew then. I knew then by being able to have a legacy and leave it for my kids, I knew then that, okay, I need to go all the way. But as I started attaching myself to other leaders, other people that was working this business, I started understanding it very clear and very much better. Because what I can tell you is I went out there and I did partner with a lot of individuals. So being able to book my own travel, that's a plus in getting paid. But being able not to book travel and get a check with a comma, that changed the game for me. I was like, I didn't do nothing. All I did was ask this individual to partner with me. So the overrides, I always used to tell people, and my sponsor, I'm not sure if he's on, Mr. Tim Brown, I said, I'm getting my 9 and I'm out. That's what I used to say, everybody, when I first started with this business, 9 and I'm out. and see some of the business partners understand what the 9 mean. So that's all I really wanted at first. But this business opened my eyes. So for now, I will always build a team. I'm not stopping. I'm running to 3-star director, but I'm not stopping. My goal when I first realized what we had, I wanted to make multiple 6 figures in this business. So that means I still got to make 6 figures on the marketing side, and I'm going for it. Back to you, Ms. McCombs.
I love it. So what she's talking about, 9 people, y'all. I love that the company says, hey, we won't reward what we won't repeat it. As you help people, we're going to give you, when they partner with you, we give you a $50 direct commission. Then when they go out and help someone, we're going to give you a 50% check match. And then as you start growing and you start building a team, a travel advisor, when you help 9 people, you're going to hit our first you're going to hit our builders program. But what happens now, you get that another rank promotion of a $10 team bonus. You know, also with the helping those 9 people, you're going to get a 10% match on all their travel bookings. What I love, let me make y'all understand, it's not out of their pocket. The company pay them. So when Miss Cassandra Davis went and made that $38,000 in booking that destination wedding, well, her sponsor, IntelliTravel, they paid him $3,800. $3,800. He didn't even know she was booking it. Y'all, I did my own destination wedding, made $10,000. My coach got $1,000. I'm always joking him. I said, I paid you to come to my wedding. You made $1,000 just to be in attendance. Not out of my pocket. I still got my $10,000. So imagine being able to set up outlets around the world. Don't be like the McDonald brothers and say, no, 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 I just want things to stay the same. I just like being here, right here in Alabama, Huntsville, Alabama. No, you want to have agents around the world doing the exact same thing you're doing, and everybody makes money. Mr. Stevens.
I think it was, for me, I came from a networking background. And I know when I came over to the planet, you told me, like, you're being selfish, that you won't share this business with nobody, because I was transitioning over to travel. And for me to have all this information and not share it with anybody, it was completely selfish, because I decided that only thing I want to do is book travel. But I felt like if I can do this, oh my gosh, I really feel this way. Anybody could do this, because all I was doing was pressing some buttons and being nice to people. I feel like, if I get a $8,000 check, how can I help somebody else? Because all I was doing was saving my money. I saved almost $90,000 and I was working. So I just felt like if I can do it, I can show other people how to do it, and they can have the same kind of story. So I stopped being selfish and started sharing. So that conversation you had with me, you said, hey, stop being selfish. Go ahead and start sharing this business with people. So it just took for you to kind of push me to say, hey, you know what to do. You're underperforming. You already know how this works. And I started sharing it with people. And like you said, the multiple outlets around the world, because I wasn't used to override income. I'm used to somebody overriding me.
Mm.
I see somebody like, Dr. Stacey Edwards make $25,000 on a trip, and I got a $2,500 override. I'm like, oh, that's how that works. So, it just kind of clicked for me, because I wasn't used to nobody doing what I was doing. Because, I'm going to go out and get it. I'm going I don't want to use that word, but I'm going to show you how it works, so that's why I kind of started sharing the business.
He said, I'm not used to overriding anybody. I'm used to them overriding me. How many of y'all got that? Yeah, the employee mindset will keep you that way. Not saying you got to quit your job. These individuals did this part-time. That's what I love about it. Mr. Jenkins, we're going to do 2 more questions. I'm going to start with you on this one. Let's talk about the difference between passive income and residual income. Because I love that we have the ability to make passive, leverage, and residual income. So let's talk about those 3 different types. And, why it's important, because the reason I came to you, because you said I'm not leaving no money on the table. So let's talk about that.
Man, the power of passive leverage and residual income, most people don't understand, because we understand it from the perspective as we go to our full-time job. And I always tell people, when you look at the type of income that we have the ability to earn from the travel side, I'll start there, because most people know that I am a top travel producer. But in the event that I don't book a trip, I don't get a check, which is the reason why I formalized that I needed to make a check every single month. It's just like if you don't go to work unless you got leave, you don't get paid. So we have the ability to not only earn that passive income when you have individuals that are booking travel, which is the reason why we're helping these people, right? It's income that we're not actually in the space to make ourselves, right? We're helping somebody else make that, and then the override is going to help us increase our income as another stream of income. The residual income for me was a no-brainer. Like I said, for me, it was a competition. I'm looking every single month at the increase, and then I'm challenging myself. How much more can I get it to go? We at the end of the month. What is it going to look like? And I'm checking every day at 1 o'clock, teaching people, check your residual income so that they know what that looks like. Most people don't have access to this type of income, and when you've never seen it before, it blows you away when you start to really get it, because then you're like, oh, this really is the real deal. And it does put you in a space where you focus on, how do I get more? If I can get it, it's like that belief money. When I get it, then I want more of it. And then what do I need to do to get it? So, Mr. Bradley says it best, help your people. And that's how we're going to continue to get all three of those types of incomes afforded to us from this opportunity.
Ooh. All right, Mr. Stevens.
Well, I think some people really don't understand what it is that they're saying no to. When you get residual income, I know for me, my checks are broken up. I take my bonus, that goes somewhere. I take my residual income, that goes somewhere. My travel income, that goes somewhere. But the thing about residual income, it's going to grow in spite of you. That's what I like about it. And for me, it was an aha moment when I didn't put anybody in the business, but I was helping individuals put people in the business. And that matrix doubled. And I said, oh, that's how that worked. You have to help people. And overrides, when it comes to those $10 team bonuses, I didn't understand it at first until it made sense where, hey, if I'm doing a Zoom, we do a Zoom every night. We have about 100 people on that Zoom. As people get started, $10, $20 overrides. And most people say, well, I don't want to do that. The reason why you say you don't want to do it because you haven't seen the money. Once you see the money, you're not going to give it back. And many people just don't understand, because I tell people all the time, if you sign me up and you were a gold builder, you would not give that money back that comes to you every month. So it's just having a hard conversation with people to let them understand that it's a whole lot of money in this comp plan. But if you limit yourself to, self-limiting belief, you're only going to see it with your lenses. And sometimes that right there translates to other people. Well, I ain't doing that side of the business. I don't want to tell nobody. But you tell people about stuff all the time. But you have no expectation for compensation. Tyler Perry movie come out. We promote it. Kevin Hart get a movie that comes out. We promote it. And we like being the first person to share it with people. I don't know. Maybe some people just like likes versus money. I don't know. So I try not to argue with them. I just wait till they're ready to have the ear to hear, and we'll have a different conversation once they have that ear to hear.
I love it. Miss Davis.
I echo everything the gentleman said, but I would say this. I work every day. I go to work. I get 2 checks a month. Sometimes I have to add up how many checks I'm getting. So for the marketing side, the piece that everybody has to understand, after tomorrow, it will be 7 checks. I will have gotten 7 checks on the marketing side, and only 2 from my job. And as of right now, 1 from travel. So understand, add all those checks up. That adds up to a lot of money. I would be a fool if I did not do both sides of the company. You can't do one without the other. That's just like going out there, getting your car and say you don't want the tires. I don't know how you're going to move anywhere. I would tell everybody, how many checks do you want a month? 7 checks. I wish I could get my full-time job to give me 7 checks tomorrow. And I know I'm getting a check tomorrow. Trust me. Tamar makes 7 checks from the marketing business, from Planet Marketing. In teletravel, I'm at 1 check. My job, 2. But if you add all that up, checks on top of checks, trust me, you don't want to miss this. I would tell everybody, do both. Whoever got you in on this Zoom, you need to text them and say you're ready to get started. You're ready to get started. Where we are right now in a place, everybody needs to have a plan B. Get yourself set up your household where you don't have those worries, where you can rest good at night knowing that right now you're going to start building and working on your plan B while your plan A is still in place. Back to you, Ms. McCombs.
She just took my last question. Yeah, she just did it. So I'm gonna give it to Mr. Jenkins and Mr. Stephen for close comment. Like, what would you tell people? No, seriously, what would you tell people looking at this opportunity right now? You know, the times that we're in right now. You know, people are in an uproar, people are panicking, people don't, you know, what would you tell people right now if they've been looking at this opportunity, Mr. Jenkins?
You know, one of the things I share with people is that Q1 of every year is when most corporate companies do their layoffs. In fact, I was at the airport coming from San Diego on Monday when I got an email at 11:35 that says, we're parting ways with some of our workforce, and you will get a calendar notification by 12:05 if this is you to meet us on a Zoom. So you can already imagine in my mind what I thought about was that if that was going to be my number called, I'm in a great position because I decided to bet on me. And I built a business year over year where it is in a few months, it will actually surpass the income that I earn on my full-time job. So I will be able to make a decision if that's what I still want to do or if I'm going to ride it out. But those people who are looking at the opportunity and looking at it with skepticism, I would say dive in, feet first, right? Get some coaching, allow yourself to be open to the possibilities and what's the worst that could happen. Even if you feel like you failed, you're gonna start right back where you're gonna land right back where you started. But if you find yourself in a space of success, then you're better off where you were when you started. And that's what I believe in, Beth.
Wow, Mr. Stevens, go ahead and share the price before you answer your questions. And some people ask in the
Oh, okay. Well, it's $199. It's less than a flip phone. You know, flip phone's about 189 right now. It's $59 a month to run your business. But most people look at the $59 a month as a bill. That's the part we have to change. Two figures for what this business has done for me, I think I'm stealing. I really do. I really do. But for the person that's looking at it, just come in, be coachable, teachable, be willing to help other people, work on you, become a better person. And what I mean by that, the personal development, because, your income can never grow outside of your personal development, and let us help you. Because most people look at our business and say, I don't know anything. We got to fix your mouth. Because right now you're talking in lack. You say you don't know these people, and your words build your belief. So the business going to change you because sometimes our thoughts, our mind is like a garden, and what we put in that garden, that manifests, and I always say one source of income. And for you guys that don't know, when I got the notification, we don't want you no more. We done with you, Jamal. That was on October 14th. I got paid $4,600 on October 15th. All I did was say, can I get my computer? Now I was kind of sad because I'm not using that printer anymore because that was my printer. That's why I printed out my reservations and stuff like that. But it's a simple business. Don't overcomplicate this. Don't think yourself out of a five figure or six. Some of you may not want to earn that kind of money, but it's there for you. And when you start earning it, you understand how to make it, save it, invest it, and just pour into other people. Leave people better than how you found them. That's what I believe in.
Don't y'all love the transparency? If y'all love the transparency, put it in the chat. But literally, imagine having a business in the largest, sexiest industry in the world, a $9 trillion industry where you got real estate on the internet. You have the ability to help create people's dreams, vacations, but also create people a phenomenal lifestyle where average people make above average income and ordinary people can live an extraordinary life. Y'all, life is what you have, but lifestyle is how you choose to live it. I always say you're at the right place at the right time with the right people, with the right company, and with the right product. Imagine being able to really truly invest a $200. We're going to round it up. $200 investment one time, never pay it again. Mr. Stevens said it best. Y'all blow $200 on something to never yield your income. Mr. Jenkins said it earlier. I said, what's the worst that could happen? I've already lost $200 before on something that would never yield me income. And that's my sentiments to a lot of people. When people bring you a business opportunity, you're hesitant to really invest the $200. But if I brought you an opportunity to get you a Louis Vuitton bag for $200, you'll go buy that Louis Vuitton bag and will never see anything from it. But a $200 investment in a business one time, where you heard individuals to turn it into six figures, booking travel, and then on his way, Mr. Jenkins, what from building the organization, then myself making over $500,000 inside of opportunity, that none of us had any experience. We just love to help people. And then your overhead, you got 30 days, come inside, try out the business, see if it's for you. If you decide it's not for you, we said, hey, no contracts, no quotas. We're not going to hold you hostage. But if you decide it's for you, that's when you pay your $59.90, $2 a day to run a business in the largest and sexiest industry in the world, where you got competitive prices, because we're going to guarantee our clients the best travel price. And then you got a proven success system that says we guarantee you a profit your first year of business. How can you lose with that? You can't. Y'all put in the chat, I can't lose. Y'all, that completes our